Hi, Sergeant Tweak from North Walker Primitive. Back here today with another video. Going over H4, which is healthy eating. And in H4 covers procuring food, edibles, meat sources, and things to sustain yourself in a survival situation. As I said in every video, if you haven't watched from the 6 H's introduction all the way up through, you might want to go back to the beginning and watch from there up for some information I shared in those videos as pertaining to why I have my kit set up this way, and you might want to go back there just to get caught up to speed. I'm not going to cover everything again, but what I'm showing you is my modern preparedness kit, how I prepared this kit for this coming season, for the videos I'm going to be doing, focusing on beginners, people just getting out in the woods and learning. I want to show a kit that will sustain them and have them prepared to sustain themselves as they go out in the woods and learn other skills. And in this video, we're going to go over my full pack, my extended pack, and then break it down into taking the items from there to make my day pack or a small scout pack, and then also go over to EDC items, which will always be on you, to show you how we can prepare ourselves for procuring meat sources and food sources out there in the wild. And I got my tea going while we're doing this. First thing I'll go over is, like I said, what's in my long-term extended pack or in the main kit. It's the kit that you'll take with you for a long-time scenario, or take it out with you, leave it in the base camp, break pieces out of to make a smaller kit for your scouting or small little trips, or you'll have this kit together at all times in your home or in your vehicle, so you can always grab it and take it and go with you. But then if you decide to break it down smaller, you can just grab certain items to make a scout pack. I'm not going to, the items I show you, I'm not trying to sell you any one or promote to you any one specific item. These are items I carry because I like them, they work for me, and I just want this to be an opportunity to show you how you can consider creating your own kit. If you want to create, I've had a comment, someone said that they want to buy everything exactly what I have. And that's fine, if it works for you, that's fine. But some of the items I carry in any of these kits for any of these H steps might not be right for you, or you just might not like, you might like something else better. That's fine. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to say you need to get this exactly. This is just an example of how I set my kit up, so you can use this example to help prepare yourself as well. This is the one H step that has a few items that are not multiple use. Most of the other items that you've seen, if you watch the rest of these videos, you see that the same items are being used over and over and over again. That was my focus of designing this kit, was designing a kit with items in it to have multiple uses rather than just one. Unfortunately, in this segment, there's a few that only have one use, and that is procuring meat sources and whatnot. So, but keep that in mind when you're playing a kit. The less items you can take from most of my jobs, the better it is, because it's less stuff that you have to have with you. So with that, we're going to go ahead and start going over what's in my full pack, everything that's in my extended stay pack, for the sole purpose of, or for the cross purpose of obtaining food and resources. Now, obviously, first and foremost, I'm going to go over my fire kit. It's been in every step so far. Obviously, if we get the meat sources, or even some wild edible sources, we need to cook it or process it. We need fire to do that. Same goes with water. To be able to use the water for cooking, we need fire. We need fire to do that. So I have my fire kit in my extended stay pack. I also have my transient stove, my extended stay pack, kind of part of my fire kit. Because you can use this to cook your food also. Even if it's meat, you can actually cook meat right off of this. Just hold it over the flame, let it cook, small pieces at a time. It can be done. Keeping in mind, like I said, that some of these videos this summer I'm going to be going over limited visibility or hostile environment situations, low light, low visibility, low smoke, low sound. A transient or an alcohol or a gas stove is great for that, to provide low visibility. Just like over here, I'm cooking my pot of tea on a little homemade tinder thing, which is doing well. It's very low light and no, well, a little bit of smoke, but you're not going to see that a couple feet from here. And that's what you want to consider too when you're starting your kit, if you are trying to prepare for a hostile environment type scenario. With my transient stove, I always keep these 3 nails, these 3 large nails. These are multi-use in themselves. One, put these in the ground when you set up your stove to set your canteen cup or whatever you're going to cook with on top of it. But another thing they can be used for is actually food curing. If you make yourself a spear or a walking stick, these can actually be lashed to the ends to make a frog gig, a fish gig, or some kind of spear for also helping you secure animal food. And it's also a defense weapon for a hostage situation. Alright, next thing I have is obviously my containers. A metal container that I can cook in. I can cook food in this, boil food in water. I also got my, if I carry a canteen with me, I make sure I have my canteen cup, my canteen stove, which I can do the same exact thing in as well. That way I have something that I can cook my food in. You might even want to throw in a little tiny cooking pan or cooking pot. That's up to you. Like I said, I'm not trying to promote to you any one thing. I'm just trying to open up your mind to different possibilities for you to be able to put together your own kit. So something that you can cook in, whether it's a container like this or the canteen cup with the canteen stove. Next thing I have is something to process meat with. You know, a knife in your main pack and a knife in your day pack, something along the lines that you can use to process meat sources. A good sharp knife that can cut meat and process game, and even cut wild edibles. You know, some roots and plants, you need to cut them down to process. And also put some thought into the knives you decide to carry. This right here is a buck skinner. Like I said, I'm not saying buy this one, but I'm just talking about the style of knife. It's a buck skinner. It's designed for skinning animals, but it's also a skeleton frame. And the reason I lashed it with 550 cord, it's not necessarily to make the handle more comfortable, but I can take this, because of its frame, I can make a spear out of this by lashing this to a pole, lashing this to a walking stick or something. So now I have a spear for hunting, and also, once again, a spear for self-defense in a hostile environment. So you know, keep those considerations when you're putting together, you're piecing together your kits and what you want to make. One thing I carry, one to eat with, two to prepare your food, but also, and the reason I choose a big, large, heavy-duty U.S. This is the old U.S. mess kit spoons. These are heavy-duty stainless steel. You know, they're not going to dent up too much. But the reason I carry this particular kind is because you can use this for digging as well. Not only just eating, processing your food, stirring your tea, doing whatever, but you can take this and you can dig up roots, you can dig things out of the ground to help dig up and find resources, rather than just using your fingernails or using your knife. Some kind of heavy duty spoon. Alright, next thing I have, keep in my day pack, and keep at least 100 feet of 550 cord. You know, whether it's 550 cord bank line, whatever you decide to use, whatever's your preferred carry of cordage, you want enough because this can also be used as for snares and traps, trap meat sources. You can also use it to make nets and whatnot. And I like the 550 cord because of the guts. I can break this down to make more finer tuned traps. I can also use the 550 cord broken down even smaller, the guts, take it down and break it down into little strands to use for fishing line if I need to. So some kind of cordage, whatever you prefer, to help set up traps. On the lines of trapping, I also carry 2 large rat traps. Alright, these are large, heavy-duty wood rat traps. So one thing that these are great for, what I do is I drill a hole in the top corner, put a length of 550 cord so I can tie it to a stake and tie it to a tree. That way they can't be drug away. And then I'll have some kind of peanut butter or something like that to bait them. And these will capture a squirrel. They work great, and they are good means of setting up a trap. So this is 2 traps that I can set up and leave in an area along squirrel areas, squirrel runs and whatnot, and then go off and hunt for other means of food, and come back and hopefully have at least 2 squirrels in my traps. So that's a good way of a cheap means of trapping, or having something in your kit prepared for trapping. Next thing I have, So I have a little fishing kit in a little pouch. Now you can choose a smaller fishing kit. I'm not trying to say you need to do it this way, it's just the way I did it. But a fishing kit. I got a little tiny small reel and with the string and everything in it. And all I gotta do is I can fish this just by holding it the way this is designed, or I can take this and string it to a pole, lash it down to a pole and use it. I have a fishing kit with various couple spools of fishing lines, some flies, a bunch of hooks and bobbers, and whatnot. You know, nothing particular, nothing specific. You know, be creative. Whatever. If you're a fisherman, you know what works for you. Then hey, make a little tiny fishing kit with that in it. All right, next thing I have, some kind of hunting apparatus. I got a sling bow. You know, which pops, and I can use it as just a regular slingshot, or I can use it as a sling bow. And that is something I carry around for hunting. And the great thing about this too is, once again, if it's a hostile situation and you want something, a projectile type weapon that, you know, unlike a rifle or something like that, that's going to keep you away, it's a great item to carry. And of course, also with the day pack, you know, with the extended stay pack, you know, I'll have a hat. Usually I'll have my big brim hat if I go out in the woods. That can be used for collecting berries and vegetables, you know, wild edibles and whatnot. And even the hat itself, I can use that. If I don't have any other containers, I can use that to boil water into cook food too, as well. Also have my shamrock or a bandana on me at all times, so I can use that for collecting food and whatnot. Now, let's talk about, that's the full long-term extended pack I would have in my main pack. Let's break it down now to a day pack. Once again, in the H1 video and all the other videos, I said I'd always have my fire kit with me. So I'd always have a fire kit with me in my day pack to help me with starting fires. I might choose to take my transient stove, might not. You know, but regardless, if I take my transient stove, that's great. If I don't, I still have I can still make fire, but I'll have some kind of metal container. Whether it's, I'll take one of these along with me, or I'll grab my canteen cup and stove and have with me. So I'll always have something to cook water and and cook food in. And I'll always have a knife with me too. Like I said, I'll have my knife with me so I can process food, or even use the knives as a hunting tool, hunting weapon to get food. And you know, if I don't have my transient stove, I might even decide to throw the nails in there anyway. I usually keep them in my fire kit, so that way they're always on me anyway. So that way I can use that as a tool for collecting food. I'm going to back up 1 second. One thing I did forget, in my main pack I'll have my headlamp or some kind of flashlight. You know, I rarely use these, but the good thing about these, you know, you make a frog gig, you go out at nighttime along a pond or whatever, and it's a great source for helping you maintain or capture frogs if you ever did any frogging and whatnot. And plus too, if you had traps set up and you hear something go off at night, you're going to want to be able to see what you're walking up on. You know, if it's limited visibility or it's nighttime, you hear one of your traps, or you hear something rustling in the trap, you're going to want to see it throughout that neighborhood. So, and like I said, sometimes I might decide to take that in my day pack or not, or some kind of flashlight in the small scout pack, so that might be in there as well. But then also in the scout pack, you know, once again, I have my hat, I have my scarf on me, and I have 550 cord on my EDC kit, which goes out with me. So I always have those things. And remember, with your day pack, you know, you got your whole long-term pack, which is going to sustain you, but your day pack, you want to build that in a way that if you're going out a day hike, say this is my base camp, I leave my stuff, I'm going to go out there hiking. But if something happens and I'm unable to get back here, at least with my day pack, I can still have enough items to sustain me, build fire, build shelter, get water, get food, hygiene, first aid, as well as a signal to get myself out, get rescued or get myself to rescue. So that's the day pack. Now, you know, of course, you know, if I'm in an area with a lot of water, I might decide just to throw my fishing kit in with my day pack. Or if I'm in an area with a lot of small game, I might decide to take one of my other hunting implements just to go along with it. Usually in my day pack I have my spoon too. Forgot about that. I always take that with me in my day pack as well for cooking and making tea. Now let's talk about the EDC kit. Let's say it gets separated from my kit. Let's say all of my stuff that's in my kit is gone, or a mishap, I'm left alone. There's certain items I carry in my EDC kit that I'm always going to have. I'm always going to have them on me. Once again, I'm going to have my shemagh on me, my bandana on me, and my hat on me. I can use those for collecting, gathering up resources, making a pouch, and bringing it home. In my EDC, as we discussed in my H1 video, I'm not going to re-discuss it. I always carry a lighter on me, and then I got multiple means of starting a fire with my lighter, or with my EDC kit. My EDC kit always got 20 feet of rope, so I got a way to set up snares or even make fishing line. I always have a smaller knife on me in my pocket at all times, along with my lighter. So I got something to use to process meat, but also with my 550 cord and even the tape that's on. I carry a little bit of tape. Duct tape on some of this stuff. That way I can lash, my smaller knife to a walking stick or whatnot to use that as a hunting implement as well. And also, once again, in a hostile environment, use for self-defense. So that's my EDC kit. That's what I always have on me for hunting and helping to find wild edibles. Hope you enjoyed the video. Final H is next. If you've been watching this video and you think it's getting long, sorry for being long-winded. All those that follow me, you know how I am. But appreciate you all watching. Thank you for all the comments I've been getting. And keep looking out for new videos. I'm Sergeant speaking for Earthwalker Criminal.